Hello and welcome to PA Academy, and in this video we are going to be looking at cylinder. That means how to calculate the volume and the total surface area of a cylinder. So let's draw our cylinder. So this is an example of a cylinder. The typical example of cylinder, you have your can, canned drinks like the Coca-Cola or the Pepsi. So it's an example of a cylinder. Or a pipe, maybe your water pipe is also a cylinder. It's also in the shape of a cylinder. So from the center, this is the radius, and then from this point to this point, this represents the height of the cylinder. So now to calculate the volume, the formula for volume of a cylinder, let me just add this as H because of space. So the formula for the volume of a cylinder is given as pi r square times the height. So the pi r square, that's the area of the circle, times height. So you have it as pi r square h. So this is the formula you use when you want to get the volume of a cylinder. And don't forget, when you are done with your calculation, always add your units in cube. So when we do an example, you understand what I'm talking about. So if you want to calculate, then the second formula is the total surface area. Now the formula for this is given as 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. So 2 pi r square multiplied by 2 pi r h. Now let me also break this down so that you can understand it proper. Now when we talk about the total surface area, that means, look at this cylinder as an example. The area of the entire surface, that includes this part, the top is forms a circle. It forms a circle, and then the bottom also forms a circle. So we have something like this at the bottom. So this one is behind. So that means the area of the one at the circle at the bottom and the one at the top, and then the area of this this surface itself. So this look at it, this pi r square. This pi r square represents what? The area of a circle, pi r square. Now we are having 2 here because the cylinder itself, it has 2 circles. So that is why it's a 2 pi r square for this. Now let's look at this 2 pi r h. If you look at the cylinder again, and before, let's even look at this. If you look at this, is what? This is the area for circumference. Let me just put it. To calculate the circumference of a circle. So this is the formula, 2 pi r, to get the circumference of a circle. Now if you look at a cylinder is, look at this for example now. This is a rectangle. Now this side, the body of a cylinder is gotten from a rectangle. So if we have a rectangle like this, and then we decide to fold it, then you fold it for these 2 sides to meet each other. Once you fold it, same thing will happen to the base also. By the time you fold it, and then this, so let's bring down this. You can see that here we already have what? A cylinder. Now this point here, this height is also this height. Now this straight line that we are having, by the time we curve it, is what we have here. By the time we curve it, it forms a circle that forms this one. This straight line now forms a circle. This also now forms what? A circle. Now we cannot use length again because now it is forming a circle. Instead of that, we use what? The how to calculate what? The circumference, the formula for circumference of a circle. That's why we have 2 pi r. So we can't have this length here is the same thing as what? The 2 pi r. That's why we're having 2 pi r. Then the height this height is the same thing as this height, and that's what we're having as h here. So I believe you understand what I'm talking about, but basically I'm just trying to explain the formula for you so that you can have a better understanding. So if you are calculating the volume, so if you are asked to calculate the volume, this is the formula, pi r square. Then for the total surface area of a cylinder, we have it as what? 2 pi r square plus 2 pi rh. So now let's look at one example, and we are going to apply this formula. So let's take our height using the same cylinder. Let's take our height to be 12 meter, and our radius r, let's take it to be 4 meter. So that means our r is 4 meter. So with these two values, let's calculate for the volume. And we've been told that the volume for a cylinder is what? Pi r square h. Now the value for pi is 22/7. It's constant, or you have it at 3.142. So you can use any of this value. But some question can tell you that, okay, take pi to be 22/7 or take pi to be 3.142. So, but if you are not given, then you can just use any of the two. So let's start with the volume. So we have the pi r square h. That will be 22/7 times, now the radius of this cylinder is what? Is 4 meter. That's 4 squared. Then the height is 12. So from here, that will be 22/7 times, so 4 squared, and that's 4 times 4, that's 16. Then times 12. So if you multiply 22 times 16 times 12, so that will give us 4,224 then over 7. So if you divide 4,224 divided by 7, so that will give us 603.43 then meter cube. Don't forget your units. So here is the solution to for the volume of a cylinder. You can see that it's very simple. So the next thing we are going to calculate is the total surface area. So total surface area. So you can also abbreviate it as TSA. So that means total surface area instead of writing it in full. So the formula again is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. So let's put in our values. So that will be 2 times 22/7 times our radius is 4 times 4 square plus 2 times 22/7 times our radius is 4, and then the height is 12. So that will be 2 times 22/7 times, so 4 square, that's 16. So then plus, so let me put this in brackets. 2 times 22/7 times 4 times 12. So 2 times 22 times 16. So that will give us 704/7 plus, so if you multiply 2 times 22 times 4 times 12, so that will give us 212, 2112 over 7. So let's continue. Now 704 divided by 7, that will give us 100.57, and plus, so 2112 divided by 7, so that will give us 301.71. So by the time we add these two values, that's 100.57 plus 301.71, so that will give us 402.28. And don't forget your units, meter square. You are dealing with area. So it will be in square. So this is how this is the total surface area for this cylinder with radius of 4 meter and the height of 12 meter. The total surface area is 402.28. So you're also going to be looking at another, in the next video we are going to be looking at another example. So if you are yet to subscribe to PA Academy, kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and then I'll see you in the next example. Thank you.